Hello everyone, this is Gshock High Fashion Channel. Today we're gonna have a look at the module demonstration for this Skyforce Gshock released in the year 1994. This is the DW-6500. I already made a review video for this very model before, but in that video the watch that I own was like almost destroyed. The sensor is not working, the bezel is cracked and all. This will be the second time I bought the same model just for this video. Okay, so I could make this module demo video because I couldn't find it anymore. I mean, it's pretty hard to find even the PDF files of on how this thing works on the internet. So I hope this will be useful as well. I tried to make this video as short as possible and just to cover all the things that you guys should know on this very model, the touch screen, how to set it up, and some explanation on the function for this model. This guy operates on Casio 1161 module, and it have a single sensor for the atmospheric pressure sensor built in here. This single atmospheric pressure sensor will be used for barometer, altimeter, and also depth meter in this watch. Single sensor that works in 3 separate functions. We're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons from the sides. Look at that in gold colorway. This will be all the buttons that we have to operate on this model. Let me zoom in a little bit. So there it is. So upward on this side, we're gonna be adjust button. This will be the mode button, mode select. This will be the light button, and this will be the tendency where you're gonna be able to see the atmospheric pressure graph. The tendency is actually graphed. That thing is just similar. Okay, for the light button first, we're gonna have a look at this part, and this 3 o'clock index over there in green colorway, which is pretty different as well from other vintage model that usually comes in orange and located at 9 o'clock index over there. So it is very visible as well even at night time, but you really need to be in a totally dark room to be able to see it. I am currently not in that type of place, so there it is. But anyway, that's all that you have on this vintage model though. On recent release models such as I'm wearing now, the Golf Master, look at that, still at 3 o'clock position, but man, it's very bright. But anyway, back to this model over here. Okay, we have like alarm chronograph over here, Casio writing in orange, and this red lining over here, and you're gonna see MB stands for millibars. That is also a measuring unit for hectopascal. Let me zoom in a little bit. So there it is. Millibars on this side, hectopascal on this side, so they are just the same. And here it is starting from 600 hectopascal, 700. So from here to here, the range is 100. From here to here, the range is another 100. From 800 to over here, this part will be 150 range. So from here to here, just 50 millibars. Look at that. The square is very big, but they're only indicating 50 millibars, and from here to the end another 50 millibars. Each of this square over here could fit to 5 of these black bars. So 50 millibars on this side would equal to 25 on this part and another 25 on this part, which means each bar on this square will represent 5 millibars or 5 hectopascal, and you guys get the idea. Let's go all the way around here. And you also gonna see 0 over here in the middle and minus and plus. We got to this afterwards. In green colorway in the middle here is the altimeter unit or measuring unit. Starting from 0, in this part will be at over 250. So from here you know that since each of the square could fit 5 bars, if the bars is located in here, each of those bars will represent every 50 meters. Moving all the way to here, 250, 500, 250, 1000. So in this part, from here to here, you guys should know that 5 bars will be added in here. So each bar will represent every 200 meters. In this area will be 50 meters. So keep that in mind, it's not the same. So from here to here, got another 1000. So from this indicator, the watch could max out to 3000 meter, indicating in this green colorway bars, this thing over here. So however, you guys should know that this watch could max out to altitude measurement of 4000 meters above sea level, and also negative 4000 meters in change in altitude, that is. Okay, that is far as the numbering in this part. Moving down just a little bit, we're gonna have 30, 25, 20, all the way to 0. This will be used at the depth meter, so that's why they color it in blue for the water. So you're gonna be using this underwater when you go diving or just a casual swimming by the pool or the ocean, snorkeling and all that. So this will be just good enough, starting from 0 meters all the way to 30 meters below water. So baro, depth, altimeter, mode indicator. So at barometer mode, this thing will light on. Depth meter, this will be it. Altimeter, this will light on, and that's pretty much it on this upper side. Moving down to the middle display, we're gonna have a look at another digital display, which is the day of the week and also months and date. And you're gonna see these three arrows over here: up, middle, and bottom. So this will indicating the change or the tendency graph. We'll get to this afterward though. Alright, moving down a little bit, we're gonna have a look at standard thing: digital hours, minutes, and seconds. So it is now 3 p.m. so P indicating over there, and 20 bar indicating that this watch is indeed 200 meter water resistance, and Japan J indicating, I believe, the factory that this model was made, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, that's it. Some new release model, or not new but pretty old but later release model than this, come in Japan O, some Japan K, so in this case Japan J. But there it is. This model I'm holding now is Japan domestic market version, so the measuring unit is just fixed to meters and not feet and all that, so metric units. Okay, that's as far as the home time. If I press this lower right button or the tendency button now, you will be able to see the tendency or the atmospheric pressure change graph. Will you look at that? So the graph now up over there, middle over there, and going down, and it's now at flat. We have a look at 6 bars. Each of these bars representing change every 3 hours. So this is it. Look at that. -6, -18, -15, 20. So this will be the previous data all the way to now. This will be the latest data measuring at number 0. So 3 hours ago the pressure is still the same. 9 hours ago it's still the same. I'm sorry, 6 hours ago it's still the same. I'm not sure why it's not precise over here, but that's just it, guys. Okay, let's also explain the arrow. What is this for? And at the same time, this blinking part, if this bars is located at the middle of this graph or tendency graph, you could see that this bars will be also located in the middle. So you don't even need to display the graph or the tendency all the time. This part will show you change in the atmospheric pressure graph as well at the same time. So you don't have to worry about it, just in case. But if you want to view the graph, you look at that, you can now see how much the pressure has changed over time. If this bars over here goes up somewhere around here, this 6 of these bars will go all the way to the side, starting from the 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it will end somewhere around here, 6 bars. If the pressure is going down after 3 hours from now, all the 6 of these bars will go to this side, to the negative section, all the way 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, somewhere around here, and probably around just here. So by default, it will always remains at 6 bars. So that's it. If the graph suddenly changed, like moving from down all the way to up, like totally huge change in atmospheric pressure change, such as it's not going to the middle, after 3 hours it go all the way up. Then instead of using 6 bars, the watch will display you 12 bars instead. If the atmospheric pressure is suddenly going up to the here, it will show starting from 0, 6 bar all the way to 12, somewhere around here. So that's why you see some watches have the bars all the way around here. Okay, that's explained these bars, and I hope you guys understand that. Let's zoom out a little bit, and wait, sorry, that's not zoom. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit more, and that's done on this part. If I press just over here while displaying this tendency graph, nothing gonna happen. So if I want to set the watch, all I need to do is change back to date display and then press adjust, and now the seconds will stop blinking. So this part is pretty basic. I already covered this thing a lot before. Press this lower right button to add that to 0. Press this mode now to set the hours, the minutes, the calendar months, the date, and also the date. They don't have any auto calendar built on here, so that's why there are no year settings. So you need to set this thing every month, I believe. To yeah, that's it. And that's about it. Press mode now. We will go back to seconds, and nothing else to set on this page, since this is indeed a very old model. That's just it that you have. Okay, press just to finish with the watch setup. And now let's go with the task screen first before we go to the watch function. 1, 2, 3 buttons at the same time. Let me try this thing again. There it is. Okay, this is the test screen for this very model. Let me show you guys everything. Again, all of these bars will light on. As you guys can see now, each of the square section could fit 5 bars, as I already mentioned before. All this will light on, and again, all this will light on as well in milligram, hectopascal, or millibars. However, in this specific model, in HG over here won't appear at all, so you don't have these options. They just use same or similar panel for the non-JDM version as well, so that's why they have it on here. But the engine of this piece won't allow you to see this in HG over here at all. So moving down, we're gonna have BATT, so battery indicator. Just in case the battery is running off, this thing will light on. Just for a reminder, because you're gonna be operating a lot of function on this piece, so the battery, you're gonna need this battery indicator as well, which is very weird as well, since this guy is not top solar model but still have a battery indicator. So very nice thing to have. 24-hour time format as well. Well, I already forgot to show you guys this. You could set this thing up as well at watch setup just now using the light button. Anyway, PM or AM time indicator. So memo over here will appear when you register the altimeter, or the if I'm not mistaken, the barometer and atmospheric pressure reading as well. We'll get to this after. Error will appear if the sensor is broken. You can watch my previous video where this thing indeed appeared because the sensor was indeed broken. So that's that. In HG will appear as well if this is a non-JDM version. But for now, you're not gonna see this. Max will appear when it's showing you guys the maximum reading for the barometer or the altimeter. HPA millibars will of course appear as well. I believe this will be the signal indicator for this model or the alert. But we'll get to this all this afterwards. But for now, that's all for the test screen cycle. Press this lower right button and now we're back to home time. Okay, now first let's go to the first mode. Press this once and there it is. Barrel will appear. So we are now entering barometer mode. In the middle here will be automatically stored or manually. You could do both actually. This will be the highest or recorded barometer reading. So this will be the current barometer reading right now, 1006 hectopascal, and as I already mentioned before, look at that, all the way to 1000s. And since each of these bars will represent 5, so 1, 1005, and 2, 1010. So 1006, so more than 5, so this way they have 2 bars over here. That is all for this reading. If I press this light button on this mode, the light won't comes on, except there it is, it will stop blinking or taking memo for this current reading actually. But if I press and hold it instead, it will erase that reading, and there is memo won't appear because I didn't record any atmospheric pressure reading at all. But I could manually doing so by using this light button again. Just press it one, bam, there it is, it will store this reading right now, and there this memo appeared. Now in this mode as well, if I press just nothing gonna happen. So to calibrate this thing, all you need to do is press just and mode at the same time and hold both of them, which is pretty hard thing to do. Let me try it and hold it. There it is. Now it stopped blinking, and now I could just manually calibrate or add any values to this barometer reading, just in case it is not accurate. So to check if this thing accurate or not, let's use a very trusted barometer graph, this measuring tool I got over here from this barometer, or from this Modmaster. Sorry, wait, for barometer I trust my Golfmaster more than the Modmaster, so let's just use this thing instead. Press this sensor button once, and so yeah, so far it's already accurate. And let's check on my Modmaster as well. So the barometer will be the first mode in here. So it's saying 1006, so far it's already accurate in my case, but just in case it is not, you could set this thing up, of course, using both of this right button over here. Let's say I want to add like a 1 millibars or 1 hectopascal on this thing, and let me set this thing up first. Alright, there it is. Press adjust and bam, let me try again. Bam, there it is. It's now will perform this calculation or calibration. It looks like the watch had been hacked actually. Very nice animations going over there, and now they're done. Press mode, we will go back to home time. Press it twice to go to the altimeter mode. So for altimeter, I trust my Modmaster the most. So let's try using this button over here. Altimeter. Right now the reading should be what? Wait, let me try it again. There it is. Wait, sorry, I need to go back to home time first. Home time, and then press LT, and there it is. 57 meters. So on this watch it is indicating 60 meters, but so far so good as well. And as I already mentioned before, when we are 60 meters it is above 50, so that's why we're looking at 2 bars over here. When we reach 110 or such, it will be 3 bars, so on and so forth, all the way to 1000 or 3000 meters. This is the altimeter mode indicator, of course. And I believe you could do the same thing again as before from the barometer mode. Press this light button over here and hold it, and it will reset that part. But you cannot manually store this reading at all. You cannot record this at all. The watch will automatically record it, the highest altitude that you went, and just store it in here. In my case right now, there it is. It will record to 60, of course, because it's current reading the highest altitude. We are now 60 meter and maximum over here, and it should be just around 55 actually. So let's try to set this thing up. Press it just once only, and now this will be the sum of the calibration. Let's test this thing or set the watch to, it should be, it have an increment of every 5 meters actually. Look at that, not every 1 meter, so it is not as accurate as these fellows over here. So the best I could do on this Skyforce is just 55 meters, and done with the watch setup. Press adjust and you're gonna see similar things again, and there it is, finished with this part. So 55 meters right now. The highest peak that I wanted before is just 60 meters. So if I press it just again over here and press mode, we could now set the alert on this model. So at 30 meter, you know what, let's set this thing up. When we reach 55 meters, the watch should alert me that I reached this altitude already. Press adjust and we're down, and if you wait a little bit, the watch will, oh, we are not at 50 meters, sorry. So let's set this thing up all the way to 50 meters instead. There it is. So you could hear how the watch gonna beep. And there it is. Just wait a little bit for the watch to fully realize that we are reached our alert altitude. So any moment now, there it is. So the watch will alert me that I have reached this altitude. I don't think the mod master have this feature as well, by the way. Okay, done on this mode. That's all. You cannot use the light button in this part. Look at that. If you press the light button, it's just gonna erase this reading. Okay, press mode. We will go back to home time and press it 3 times to go to the next mode, which is the depth meter. So it will appear over here. The bar should start from this part all the way around to 30. But since I'm not underwater at all, so nothing gonna appear, and the reading should stay at 0. But I could still see the time over here, 353. And in this mode, I could use the light button. Look at that. So since you're gonna be using this to dive on the water, it's gonna be pretty dark down there. So you're gonna need that light button. Not as bright, but that's just good enough. Press this tendency button, and you're gonna be displaying the maximum depth that you want into, if you want to do so. But let's just use time instead. If I press adjust in this mode, I could set the alert as well to alert me when I reach a depth of 30 meters below sea level. So from here, the measuring range for this starting from 0 all the way to 30 meters only. And if I'm not mistaken, my golf master, this guy could measure all the way from 0 all the way to 50 meters underwater only. This guy max to 30 meters, which is great enough already for the year 1994. And this watch is pretty fragile, by the way. Anyway, nothing gonna be at all over here since I'm not going underwater at all. So let's just leave this thing at 0.1 meter. Press adjust and finish with the watch setup, and that's done on this depth meter mode. You can go into the pool and measure it. It will based on the scale or measuring of seawaters, actually density of seawater, sorry. Okay, press mode. Now we will go back to home time and press again. We are now entering the alarm. So this part is pretty much simple. Most similar to every Gshock actually. 3 alarm, 1 2 3 with signal, of course. You know what, let's try to turn this thing on. Press this light button over here to turn it on, and there it is with few beep over there. Look at that. And if I press this lower right button over here and hold it, you're gonna be hearing the beep, and there it is. And if I'm not mistaken, I could turn this thing alarm as well. Look at that. The alarm indicator will be the 3 bars over here, while the signal alarm will be in the middle there. So which is a very nice thing as well. Did I just notice actually? Wow, didn't see this coming. Okay, that's as far as this part. You could of course set the specific date that you want this alarm to ring, a monthly alarm or daily alarm or yearly alarm. Yeah. Okay, that's done on this mode. If I press mode, there it is, everything will appear. So the middle part will be for signal on, and the outer part will be for alarm on indicator. Press mode. Now we will go to the last mode, which is the stopwatch. This part is pretty much simple as well. Just press start, 1/100 seconds stopwatch, stop and reset, and I could start, split time, split off, and stop and reset. And I don't think I could set anything for a target time or any alert at all in this part. So that's about it in this mode. And press mode. We will go back to home time, and I believe I already covered everything that you guys should know on this Skyforce Gshock watch. Very awesome piece and pretty hard to get as well. And I hope you guys found this video useful, informative, and entertaining as well for your future reference. Leave a like if this indeed does helping you for your future purchase decision. Subscribe if you want to see more contents like this in the future. Thank you very much for watching, guys. This is Gshock High Fashion channel, and